I'm gonna make my director behind the camera, Fernando, watch the worst movies of all time. Oh, it's a T-series film. But because this is UniKaos, the action trivia game, after every 5 movies that I watch, I have to answer a trivia question to unlock a buff or get debuffed.
I just gotta add that there are no bad movies. Those movies are just projects that was misunderstood.
Yes, there are. I was in a movie that I would call the movie a Steven Seagal movie without Steven Seagal. Have you worked in a bad movie?
Sure.
No more questions.
Boom! Lawyered.
Have you worked in a good movie?
No, I like my own movies, but...
Yeah, no, family doesn't count. First movie we're gonna watch is called Birdemic. Out of the 20 movies, it's by far the worst IMDb rating with a 1.7. It's the only rating that's below a 2.
Is that like a parody of Hitchcock's film? What?
Birds. It's called Birds. This is Birdemic, Shock and Terror. And the director, because he wanted the movie to look more professional, he made up the names of a bunch of crew people to have them on the credits.
No way.
They're all imaginary people. You ready to watch Birdemic?
No.
Let's go. Fernando, first spoken word in this movie. Listen to this audio quality. Hi. Hi. Oh my god! What the hell?
First line, the James dude was not giving a damn about how the movie would come out.
But you said there are no bad movies.
It isn't bad, it is a artistic choice. You know, I'm beating this girl.
She's actually trying to
Not
act,
achieving.
but she's not the worst Oblivion NPC in this movie. No, all life came from this.
What seems to be the problem?
When we're making a low-budget movie, usually we avoid shooting on bitches because things like that could happen.
I feel like I just got the Birdemic, and I'm about to die.
I would just give the guy credit.
James Nguyen.
Because he had this insanely bad idea and he went through with it the whole way.
It's a student film, but if you were like a 5-year-old student. Madam Web has a 3.8 rating on IMDb. Bianca Mata gives it a 10 out of 10 with the most adorable plot holes, Fernanda. The movie is a joy to behold.
What is a adorable plot
I don't
hole?
know. It's an adorable plot hole. It's the Citizen Kane of 2024. Full disclosure, in order for this to work, you should smoke before you see it, and ideally in a pretty much empty cinema. Apparently drink Pepsi. Maybe there's product placement.
I pity you watching this video who went to the cinema, who paid for the ticket to watch this.
The entire movie is about 3 girls running away from a dude.
We had like 2 peak moments in this movie. The step-by-step process of how to PCR and...
Not PCR, CPR.
CPR. And even worse, there was a scene when an ambulance break through a outdoor and hits...
So it's called a billboard.
And hits the villain who wasn't supposed to be hit because it wouldn't hit him.
Spoiler alert, it's a superhero movie, but you see superheroes in the last 30 seconds of the movie.
Next one, because I need to get out of here.
Fernando is shooting an actual short film, which I hope I don't get to,
to watch this,
review
in this startup video.
in this kind of a challenge. Left Behind, which is a Nick Cage movie, and it just happens to be the movie with the worst Rotten Tomatoes score. It's a 0. Now, I have other movies here with a 0 Rotten Tomatoes, but this one was reviewed by 70 critics. That means that 70 critics thought the movie was awful, which is just incredible. Nicolas Cage has only said yes to this movie because his brother Mark is a fan of the book, and so he did it because of his brother. And apparently, he messed it up.
They never talked anymore.
Exactly. When some other people walked out, we left behind them. Get that? You get it? You get it? You get it?
I wish I didn't.
You get it?
I wish I didn't.
I thought it was clever.
Can I go home now?
Nick Cage is always Nick Cage, and Nick Cage is always good. So if you're gonna watch this movie, do it with a bottle of Jack. And watch my boy Nick Cage be the best freaking actor in this movie by far.
If you want to see a movie where people vanish and the consequences of that, watch The Leftovers. It's good. Good luck. I'm leaving this place for good. Bye.
I'm gonna finish my first batch of 5 movies watching 2 movies that are based on 50 Shades of Grey. The first one is 50 Shades of Black. And yes, I did watch 50 Shades of Grey. Also, yes, I was forced to watch by my then girlfriend. Didn't love it. 365 Days, also inspired by 50 Shades of Grey, and an incredible 0% tomato score. I'm so tired. Let's watch this stupid movie. At least I get to see some hopefully. Frank cut that out. Or are we? Better than 50 Shades of Grey in every possible aspect. From story to believability to acting. I was positively surprised and I was really not expecting it. Starting off day 2, my second batch of 5 horrible movies that I need to watch with a trivia question. And the trivia question, boom. I have to answer a level 5 trivia question to add a good movie to the list. A level 6 trivia question and I get to watch a horrible movie at 1.5 speed. A level 7 trivia question and I get to leave a bad movie playing in the background and do other things. That's the one I'm really excited for and that's the one I want now. The 2002 Winter Olympics were held in which city? Montreal, Salt Lake City, Hong Kong, or Seoul? I think it's Montreal. It was Salt Lake City. Who goes to Utah? I'm kidding. I'm sure it's wonderful. Because I suck at sports, not called NFL, I get to draw a debuff from the jar of sports sucking people. The jar of... I don't know why I'm like this today. Super high energy. Maybe it's because I just drank 500 liters of caffeine. The smallest screens hold the biggest lessons in appreciation. Watch on the phone. It's one movie, by the way, it's not the whole thing. There are 2 Hunger Games spoof movies on this 20 worst movies list. Can't miss Evershot. Must fight for her life in the 75th annual Starving Games, in which she could also win an old ham, a coupon for a footlong sub, and a partially eaten pickle. And the 1-star review comes from Lilana999. Don't subject yourself to this. Well, Lilana999, you're obviously not a YouTuber. 10 out of 10 review comes from J Patton88. He goes, Hunger, starving. These games were better than the Hunger Games. Their salute said it all. I cried, laughing. I don't know what he means. We're gonna check it out. Today I slept for more than 8 hours. I had 2 energy drinks after I woke up. I was feeling happy. I was excited. I was energized. I was talking out of my ass. I was giving Fernando so much material so he could sift through it, edit, earn his wages. And then I watched the Starving Games, and it all changed. The Hungover Games. Can it save the Hunger Games spoof movie genre? It's the only movie on this 20 movie list without a tomato score. I just watched 2 Hunger Games spoof movies, one after the other. This one was a spoof of the Hunger Games and The Hangover, and that's why it's called The Hungover Games, which is genius. Over the course of 85 minutes of runtime, I chuckled twice, so that's good. The second time that I chuckled was because they took Ted, the teddy bear from the Ted movie, and gave him body parts that he doesn't usually have. The immature, dirty-minded idiot inside of me thought that was hilarious. This one also has a salute that I probably can't show on YouTube, but it involves 3 fingers. On January 13, 2018, Saudi Arabia lifted the 35-year-old ban on movie theaters. This was the first movie publicly shown in the country. What are you doing, Saudi Arabia? Are you trying to get your people to hate cinema? Our 10 out of 10 review comes from RJC84987. Everyone reviewing this movie watched it too much. Everyone lost their brain cells from watching this, and they're all rating it 10 out of 10. Y'all lost your damn mind. I see what you did there, RJC. This is one of my favorite reviews. I love it. You get it? He lost his mind too, or she lost her mind. That's what that is. I got the joke. After watching 2 spoof movies, one after the other, I am a master at getting jokes that are obvious now. 3.4 out of 10 on IMDb, 6% Rotten Tomatoes. That is harsh. Is it good? No, it is not. But it's not bad. It is a story about the meh emoji, and the movie is as freaking meh as it could possibly get, so I give it a 5 out of 10. It grossed $217 million, and it cost $50 million, so it definitely made its money back, and some more, even after the theater cut. Success story. I think I'm gonna switch genres again, and I'm gonna watch Cats. You see, I like musicals, and I like Tom Hooper, the director. Part of me is very curious to find out why I got a 2.8 on IMDb. That is low. I'm 3 minutes into Cats. I have a theory I want to share with you. It's the cats. Something tells me the movie is not bad, but the cats just don't work. On Broadway, it's a theater and you are far. And you do not see those faces, not in full HD anyway, but in a movie, you do. And once you see these faces, you can't unsee them. It just probably ruins the movie for everybody. Cats should not have human faces, period. Don't do it to dogs, Hollywood. I love dogs too much. You know what? My theory was right. The only reason why it's hated is because of how disturbing the image of a person as a cat is. We're going sci-fi now, one of my favorite genres. This is an R-rated movie. It's a Bruce Willis film. 10 out of 10 review. Must watch. Wow, simply spectacular. One of the best sci-fi movies ever made, and probably Bruce Willis's top performance to date makes you watch this movie again and again and again. Spoiler alert, why should I suffer alone? Starting this at 5 in the morning. Please keep me awake. We'll see. Fernando has a theory about movies. He says that a movie has 10 minutes to hook you. This movie's first 20 minutes are pretty decent. Nice premise, first contact with aliens, what is gonna be our response? And then it became atrocious. Remaining 68 minutes of this film, probably the worst freaking sci-fi I've ever watched in my life. It is every bad sci-fi cliche that you can think of in one neat little package. From the freaking horrible sound design with bullets ricocheting and making little sounds kind of like old westerns, just to aliens having powers that turn people into zombies. As soon as this became a zombie flick, I was like, I'm out. This is just no. To aliens themselves being, as uncreative as possible. And I'm not just talking like little bipedal freaking aliens that are clearly just humans in makeup. There was no makeup in this film. The aliens here were humans, but hooded. Bruce Willis isn't even that bad here. He just has no lines. He's just here as like a freaking extra. They show his face and he goes,
part of the job.
I hated this movie. Day 3 of watching poop on film, and we're gonna answer a trivia question. I'm gonna do level 5 because I wanna insert a good movie into this stupid thing so that I can restore my faith in Hollywood. I wanna watch Dune. That's what I wanna do. That'd be great. First movie was great. All right, trivia question. Subtraction. 1,730 minus 8,523. I don't have enough time. Can't believe I got that right.
Two hours
hours later.
Alright, back home. Look, Dune was awesome and stuff, but I have a little pet peeve. Can we talk Hollywood directors? Can we please have our actors, our main actors, wear freaking helmets in battles? You know, because look, I get it. I really do. You know, I like to have my characters with invisible helmets on in my RPGs. That's what I always do, especially the companions and stuff. But come on, man. You know, it's a freaking sci-fi movie. Can't we have like some freaking like force field helmet? We'll still see the faces, you know what I mean? Anyway, we're gonna watch Catwoman now because I'm curious. Catwoman confession. I have a secret, a dark, troubling secret, which I must unburden myself of. You see, gentle reader, I have seen Catwoman and enjoyed it. Enjoyment would be like a 6. 10 out of 10 is you're trying to help him out. I get it. There's a scene in the third Spider-Man movie, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, where Peter Parker is like all emo and stuff, and he starts dancing around, and it's just horrible. It's cringy as all hell. This Catwoman movie is like that every freaking time she turns into Catwoman. She puts on the freaking costume, and she's always like... And before you say, well, Lucas, that's because she's Catwoman. She needs to act like a cat. I watch cats, okay? And no freaking human needs to act like a cat. Not on film. They don't match. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't do that. Also, this is like the worst freaking possible way for a superhero to get their powers. It's the stupidest story ever. A magic cat literally goes like this to her face. Catwoman deserves all the freaking hate it gets. That was shit. Cat shit. Hollywood, you do this kind of crap with dogs, I'll kill you. I'm watching. Jack and Jill is apparently a comedy. I think the greatest thing about this movie is that it's an hour and 30 minutes long. When Hollywood knows it had horse shit, edits the movie, cuts it in the way that it's shorter. Unlike Bollywood, apparently. The longest movies that I have on this list are all Bollywood movies. One of them is 3 hours long. I'm putting that off. Adam Sandler is a legend, and he's great in all of his movies where he plays himself, which is all of his movies. But don't play a woman, Adam. That didn't work. It's time to dip into the movie genre that I almost never find enjoyment in. Horror. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Kill me. Kill me now. This movie is a declaration of war. If the US sent this movie to Putin, he would launch 50,000 freaking nukes and he would destroy the world. This is torture in the form of an MP4 file. I've never felt this way watching a movie, so congratulations to the filmmakers. You caused physical pain. There is a scene where the girl says, hey, I actually have a gun upstairs. And then she runs to get the gun and proceeds not to use the gun, even though the bad guy is standing right in front of her. This movie was cheap. This was a very good business move by these freaking producers. If I see them, I will freaking kill them. I'm telling you, man. For $100,000, and then they make $5 million because apparently there are people who watch this. I can't call this a movie. I don't know what this is. This is torture. I'm traumatized. Spy Kids 4. The 1 out of 10 review comes to us from Edvis, which is like Elvis, but with a D. He just goes, 1, that's his title. Please no more. Is it possible to watch the first part of Spy Kids, but other God, please no, just no. Spy Kids is a Power Ranger movie. I mean, they even got a villain that talks in a squirrel voice.
Trust me. It will be ours.
And another villain that talks in whatever is the opposite of the squirrel voice.
Time and my temper are short.
I can see kids liking it. I can't see an adult liking this. This is bad. Alright, I'm watching a Bollywood movie now. It's called Laxmmi. I'm broken after that Winnie the Pooh movie. I'm just mad at Hollywood, and I'm giving another freaking industry a shot here. Asif visits his wife's parents' house and happens to go to a ground that is supposedly haunted. However, he is soon possessed by the spirit of a transgender who is out for revenge. What the hell? Acting below average, story below average, song good. Indian music is like, every time it starts playing, I'm like, man, this is happy. And I need that. Help me, Bollywood. You're my only hope. That was really bad, but also fun. I needed that. So thank you, Bollywood. I've watched 15 really crappy movies now, which means that I get to answer my last trivia question. And because the last 5 movies are kind of like in the longer side of things, I want to go for the level 7 buff, which is to leave a movie in the background and do other things. But first, a word from our sponsor, UniKaos. UniKaos is a game that I've been developing for the past 2.5 years. It combines sports, action, and trivia with insane arenas, awesome characters and character skills, and a heck of a lot of customization to create something that no one I know has ever played before. And you can help make the game a reality. By liking this video, writing a comment, and subscribing to the channel, you can help my little passion project come true. Your support would mean the world to me, and I'll be forever grateful. Exponentials. Math question. A number containing a base raised to an exponent that indicates how many times the base is used as a factor is. I have no quotient power. Even in chaos, there's a rhythm to be found and laughter to be shared. Watch a movie with the audio out of sync. The Human Centipede 3, the final sequence. The audio is going to be 2 seconds ahead. I thought audio was going to be a little delayed. Horror is probably the best genre to have this happen in. I'm going to hate this one.
Bill doesn't like when things are more insane than he is.
I'm ready, India. Let's go. 3-hour Bollywood special. A movie called Adipurush. And apparently it cost 400 rupees to make. That's $4.8 US. I think that might be wrong. Timey pass 99025. This is the biggest piece of dog sh. You gave it a 10, bro.
जिसमें प्रेरणा स्रोत के रूप में इस महाकाव्य का उपयोग किया गया है दर्शकों को प्रोत्साहित किया जाता है कि कहानी
This dude is reading the disclaimer. I've never seen that before. Wait for it. Wait. Oh, it's a T-series film. I had no idea.
It is so good.
Adipurush, insane. It's basically the Helen of Troy story, but with Planet of the Apes, because there are like ape armies, and at a scale that tries to rival the Lord of the Rings, both in length and in scope. But the problem is, the quality is so bad that there's no way that you enjoy this movie. Crazy, crazy film. We're going back to horror. The worst freaking genre of them all to be bad. The movie is called The Open House. Like a Frisbee, right? This movie was easily 10 out of 10. First of all, where can I find a movie on DVD? Like a Frisbee. Nobody has DVDs anymore. The Open House is a nothing movie. It's nothing. Nothing happens. It's just nothing. It's a waste of time. I hate horror. 2 movies to go, and I invoke the Willis. Breach is a horror sci-fi action film. 10 out of 10, and Need Airsoft. Got it. Writes the best worst movie. I'm giving this 10 out of 10. If you're looking for an appallingly bad movie, here you go. No wonder Bruce drank his way through it. All these positive reviews are really just negative reviews in sheep's clothing. Stop me if you've seen this before, okay? Spaceship. space crew, but there's an alien. It's a parasite, and it's taking over the crew. That's this movie. Points for originality. This is it, last movie, and I saved the best for last. This is called Bucky Larson, Born to be a Star, and it was written by Adam Sandler and directed by the only man that would make me pee my pants if he ever said my name, the GOAT himself, Tom Brady. Carolina Kid writes, amazing. This movie is amazing. There's nothing else to say. That's it. I'm not watching a single bad movie ever again. I'm done. Well, that's not true. I have too many friends in show business, so they keep on forcing me to watch their crap. 2,062 minutes of crap. 34.36 hours. So which one's the worst? You consider Birdemic a movie. That is the worst. Without considering Birdemic as a film, by far, the worst POS I watched was Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Congratulations, you've won a VHS copy of The Time Machine, so you can go back in time and unmake your piece of shit. And then the best movie here, well, you could say if they had gotten the stupid Cats right, it would have been Cats. But they didn't get it right, so, 365 days? That's the best one I watched. It was better than 50 Shades of Grey. I've been doing this for so long, I don't even know what to say to the camera anymore. Ay, ay, ay.
Love, love.
So I was in this really, really bad movie about kidnappings. One day, we had this scene outside, and it was at night. It involved an explosion. It was gonna be gunfire, and the car was going to explode. I was on set. I didn't have any scenes to shoot, but I just wanted to watch. But the problem is, nobody told anybody on set, other than the actors, that there was gonna be an explosion.
You wanted spontaneous reactions to an explosion.
They got spontaneous reactions, but they got spontaneous reactions from people that were behind the camera. They didn't tell anybody. The thing just blew up and everybody behind the camera were like, whoa, what the freak just happened?